Full disclosure, I am not a fan of Minecraft, but I acknowledge that it has quite a following. And after a number of delays and the closure of developer Telltale Games, the episodic title Minecraft Story Mode has finally arrived on Netflix as an interactive choose-your-own adventure series. That's pretty cool. Calling Netflix's version of Story Mode a game isn't exactly correct. Unlike the console version, you don't actually interact with the world around you or even control where Jesse, the lead character, moves around. Instead, it plays out more like a movie that gives you the occasional list of options to guide the story along. You get to decide where to go, when Ruben runs off, and what to craft with Petra, but aside from that, it's mostly a passive experience. There are currently 3 episodes available, along with a short introductory episode with Petra guiding you through the mechanics of the story, but Minecraft Story Mode is slated for 5 episodes to start with on Netflix, with no word yet on whether we'll see a second season like on the console counterparts, but if it is widely received, you know we will. For the time being, Minecraft Story Mode is playable on Netflix using iOS devices, smart TVs, computers, and game consoles, though notably missing from that list is Android. You can still watch the story unfold on your Android device, but the show will start with a warning stating that unfortunately the interactive features of the show can't be displayed on this device. Luckily, Android users can still enjoy the game through the dedicated app. Fortnite, the shooting game that's hooked fans from school kids all the way to basketball stars, now has over 200 million players. That number, almost equal to the population of Brazil, represents a 60% increase from the 125 million registered users that the game's creator, Epic Games, released in June. And it's 5 times the count that the company gave in January. Released in its popular Battle Royale mode in September of last year, Fortnite pits 100 players against one another for survival on a shrinking island. The game is free to play and available on multiple platform devices, from mobile phones to traditional video game consoles, with Epic making money by charging players for decorative items like costumes and props. Those purchases add up. In October, Epic raised $1.25 billion from an investor group that included KKR & Co., Vulcan Capital, and Kleiner Perkins, in a deal that valued the closely held company at $15 billion. Audi said it was bringing its E-Tron GT concept car to the LA Auto Show, but now we have some teaser images of what is claimed to be the E-Tron GT sedan. The pictures popped up on Germany's Bilden show. It's not exactly clear from Bild's report if these images are for a concept or a production car, but it does claim the E-Tron GT sedan will be ready for the market in 2020. We're inclined to believe these teasers offer a decent representation of what the production E-Tron GT sedan will be like. A few details about the sedan were also released. Supposedly, it will have a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack, good for 248 miles of range. Acceleration to 62 miles per hour is set to happen in under 4 seconds as well. Perhaps the most interesting tidbit of information Bild gleaned is that the E-Tron GT sedan will be built on the Porsche Taycan platform. That being said, we might not be doing it justice by calling this the Taycan platform, because Audi just might come to market with the car on it before Porsche does. The batteries are to be located in the normal electric car's spot under the floor. From what we can tell, at least from the pictures, these teasers show a sedan that's sleeker than an A7. Size-wise, there's no doubt that the E-Tron sedan will compete with the Tesla Model S when it's released. Electrified SUVs are popping up everywhere, so it's no surprise that automotive startup Rivian has unveiled one of its very own, the R1S. More exciting is the company's Electron-powered pickup truck, the R1T. The automaker calls both vehicles electronic adventure vehicles. The idea is that both can handle the rigors of the average day and are ready to go off-road and tackle the elements when needed. If the specs work out the way that the company hopes they will, there's a good chance these vehicles could deliver on the company's promise. According to Rivian, the R1T will have up to a 400-mile range. That's quite insane for what it is. Will do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, support over-the-air updates, seat 5, and have a 4-motor all-wheel drive drivetrain. When it initially ships in late 2020, the truck will be available with either a 180 kilowatt-hour or 136 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Later, a 105 kilowatt-hour battery pack will be available. Rivian says that the R1S SUV will be delivered in 2021 and that both vehicles will ship with level 3 autonomy. The vehicle will drive itself in certain circumstances, probably on the highway like the Tesla does. All of this is impressive, but it takes more than promises for a new company to deliver a vehicle, especially at scale. Just ask Tesla. If Rivian can pull this off, well, the next time you hassle a friend to help you move, your IKEA furniture, clothes, and boxes of old smartphones might be hauled by an electric truck. And finally, happening in this week's What The, 'tis the season for porch pirates stealing Christmas presents. But there is one less Grinch on the streets, all thanks to one person's doorbell camera. A worthy investment, by the way. A 31-year-old man was taken into custody on Saturday in connection with dozens of package thefts throughout Greenfield and Milwaukee County. Greenfield Sergeant Robert Austin pulled over the suspect because his headlights were not on. It was then that the sergeant saw an Amazon box in the car and soon recovered 175 packages from the suspect's house. One of the stolen packages contained the same brand home video surveillance camera as he was captured on. That's irony, isn't it? Greenfield police are recommending charges of receiving stolen property and theft. Police said this is an ongoing investigation, and the police department is working to identify additional victims. But again, a doorbell camera, definitely a worthy investment. Thanks for watching your weekly tech update. If you have a story you think I should feature on the program, shoot me an email, djraymcneil@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at Your Weekly Tech Update, and check out the podcast, audio and video versions available on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Audio Burst, and elsewhere on the interwebs. Till next time, I'm Ray McNeil. Good night, world.